There you go. I want to share something with you, right? Come over here. I wanted to make tea. I got my cup. I then put it down over here. And then guess what happened? Yep, I broke it. I broke my cup. Now the Asian in me is dying because one, I don't want to throw it out. Two, it's like one of my favorite cups. I freaking love this thing. So I put it back into the container. Now it's on its thing. So now I'm gonna take you to a journey on what we call Kintsugi in Japanese. It just essentially means you shouldn't really throw anything out. You should work on it and build it and then repurpose it, because it's tradition. Okay, we even in our house back in the Philippines, whenever we threw anything, we fixed it. We made sure it was working again. And to a point, that's a lot of Asians, and I haven't done it. So now that my favorite mug has not essentially passed away, but now he's just kind of resting, I am gonna go into the process of doing so. So now I'm all like, oh, I gotta go get it. So now we went into the good old interwebs. We plugged in the stuff. I made sure that everything that we got are all good, or rather are all non-toxic, so I can consume it again. So essentially in Japan, they would actually take a 3-month process to do this, because they actually fill it with actual gold, and that's the whole process of Kintsugi. So obviously I don't want to buy gold. I'm just gonna get some little hacks to it. One of my a good YouTuber that I follow, Alex the Baker, has a little hack to it. So I'll take you to the journey of how to make this this broken pottery into new again. Cool. Kintsugi right there. Okay, cool. Resin. Cool. That one. Pling pling. Click. Add to cart. Awesome. Got all the stuff. Bought it. Day 3 of Kintsugi. So anyway, right now we have, you know what, turn the light on. Right now, after, because like I didn't want to spare you guys all the trouble, so I just kind of did it myself. This is how the initial cup kind of looks like. Okay, so after you've put the resin, after you've mixed it, which is on the prior, you just go ahead and put it on. But here's my downfall. You needed to mix resin with a little bit of wheat flour, so it thickens up a little bit. At least for these two resins that we're using, the food grade safe one, you need a little sustenance because it's really runny, like it's kind of gross. So the first time I've installed this big piece right here, it was fine. But then once you let it dry, it literally dripped. everywhere. So I had resin. So you're trying to clean it with a little X-Acto knife, just kind of scraping it out. After that's all done, these big pieces that you can see with a big one, you're gonna take a little bit of tape. You're gonna put it on the inside right here, flush, and then you pile on the resin in the front. And then when you're actually making the resin with the wheat flour, you're gonna make it a little thicker. So add like almost like a teaspoon of the resin. So here you go. Take a little. This is gaffer tape because they don't really stick. At first, I put it actually on the face like this, right, to keep it together. These pieces, and then I put the resin inside flush, and that took about 3 days. So this is 3 days total. That's what it took. It only takes about 8 hours to dry, but the whole process has been taking a little longer than it should. So now, step number 4. This is where we're gonna mix a tiny amount, because we're gonna brush onto the little crevices, and then we're gonna gold flake them all together. So here it is. Another little to-go ramekin, a little paintbrush, a piece of paper so I can put the gold flakes, gold, and then your cured and dried mug ready to be painted and then dab. Well, I also need a cotton bud. Okay, so while it's still wet, after you have placed the resin ever so slightly everywhere else on the face of it. Now my hands suck, my hands are not steady, so it's like it's taking me a little longer than it should. But once you've pretty much got everything done, that everything is it has a little bit of resin in it, take either a brush or a cloth or something with a little bit of your gold fleck right there. You're just gonna, and we are going to dab, okay? And make sure that it's actually, set it back. Make sure that you're doing it right on to the product. Okay, so real quick, as you know, I'm actually building my PC. So in between, before I show you the finished product, I'm actually gonna put them there so you don't see it. This is the final piece of the puzzle. So the PC is technically done. It's right behind me over there. It is completely, it's there, but I need to download Windows 10. But to do that, I need a USB, and you know, who carries a USB nowadays? I mean, I only have like photography, videography gear. Who carries a USB stick with them? So anyway, I got this little bad boy, 32 gig or 64 gig goodness. So here we go. Today is D-Day, so today's gonna hurt. Today's gonna be wish me luck, boys. Wish me luck. 3 days. 3 total days it took for this to complete. But I think it's, you know how they say once you're going to the journey or you're trying to get to a destination, but then you find out that it's not the destination that is important, it's the journey that's going to the destination that's important. I'm really proud of this. It looks imperfect, but it's perfect. It's imperfectly perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is my mug that I prepared for the technique that's called Kintsugi. Its meaning is to join with gold in Japanese, and it's something to behold and to be proud of, because being in an Asian household, I actually remember my grandmother doing this in the Philippines a long time ago, and I didn't understand what she was doing. She really loved her china. My grandmother prided on her china. She had this collection that she really pride and treasured. There is 3 mugs or 3 little teacups in there that she had broken, and this was done too. And I always thought it was something of a decor kind of thing, but now I understand exactly what it was. So for me to be able to do it also, and for many more years to come, this is my pride and joy. Absolutely amazing. Now this little part of here, I understand it's not as perfect, but I don't care. I really don't care. I can fix that up some more. I can patch this up, but it's no reason. I love the way it looks, and hopefully it inspires you to do your own. Don't throw away your good stuff, your old stuff. Make them new again and into something perfect. So hopefully that gives you something. But just to kind of reflect, here's the before, here's the after. Enjoy. One quick little note, just so you guys, because the tutorial is a little weird. What they don't tell you is you need to mix a little bit of flour, like cooking flour, like wheat flour, with a little water, maybe like a teaspoon. Mix it into a paste, and then after adding your resin that had already hardened a little bit, mix that into the paste of the wheat, and then put ever so slightly, just a little bit, so it joins. Join it together, and it should hold. That's the missing part to this. Don't get it confused because I didn't show it here. I realized that later, after I've applied the resin and it dripped everywhere. It was a pain trying to clean this, but cleaned it no matter what. So hopefully you guys have your own mug and your own detailed. I love this mug. I love this mug. This is my favorite mug. Yeah. Kintsugi. Thank you.